Hello, good morning, you guys. It is Monday, June 15th, 7:36 a.m. I'm getting ready for work, but you guys, I just had this like random thought while I was taking a shower. Excuse all the background sounds. I am literally getting ready for work. But anyways, I was thinking about how how people get jealous and then they talk about other people, the envy, and how people just get really negative about that stuff. Well, I was thinking about it, right? And I was thinking, people who are envious of others, who are like jealous of others, it's probably because you're lacking what they have. And I'm going to use myself as an example because this is me reflecting on life and my childhood and past trauma. And sorry to my sisters, but I'm going to use you guys because this is me being vulnerable, okay? Me being honest with everything, all right? My whole life is going to be on here. Um it's a self-reflection channel. It's a healing channel. So why am I not going to talk about myself? I'm going to talk about myself, and maybe in hopes that this can help others kind of reflect on their life too, you know? But here's the thing, okay? Growing up in my preteen years, my childhood to preteen years to young adult, I was always jealous of my sisters. I envied them. And I don't think they know this, but I did. And I think uh it was because obviously this is me being vulnerable. So I'm just like, oh my God, here I go. I'm learning to be vulnerable. I'm learning to show my true self and really share, how I feel. Anyways, so yeah, self reflecting. I was very envious of my sisters, and it showed. I think back at it, it showed. I was a nasty person. When I was young, I was nasty. I was mean. I was not the best, but also please keep in mind, this is me talking kindness into myself as well, because I understand that I had a lot of things going on in my mind. I had a lot of self hate. So, um, and I'm not proud of that, by the way. But I'm learning. I'm learning. Anyway, so I'm gonna tell you about my sisters, and I love them. They're beautiful human beings. So I'm just gonna go from the oldest to the one closest to me, okay? So my oldest sister, I was jealous of her fair skin and her being so skinny and her cheekbones, okay? I was so envious of that. And I would just always just look at her and be like, wow, she's so beautiful. Like, why can't I be like that? Why can't I have, skin like that, or have cheekbones like that, or be skinny like her? And you guys, I was very skinny as a child, but I do believe that I suffer from body dysmorphia. I'm pretty sure I do, because when I look back at old pictures, I'm just like, I was actually really skinny back then, and I thought I was a big girl. So that's my oldest sister. I was envious about that with her. And then my second oldest sister, I was so envious of her boobs. She's got like the nicest, perkiest boobs. I know that's my sister, but when I was younger, I'm just like, oh my God, why am I so flat chested? Why don't I have tits like my sister? Like, why couldn't I be the one with the titties? And so my sister, the second oldest, she is very much into beauty. And so I was like, dang, she takes really good care of herself. Like, she does her hair, she does her makeup, and she's so pretty, and all these people like her, and I'm just like, why can't I be like that? Um yeah, so that's what I was envious about with her. And then my sister, the one nearest and closest to me, I was so envious about how grounded she is. She is literally the most grounded person I know. I mean, she'll sit there and just tell you exactly like how it is. And like she doesn't half ass anything either. She tells you straightforward like how it is. And some people may find it offensive, but I've grown to really appreciate that, because she doesn't, like I said, she doesn't half ass anything. She tells you like how it is. And also, she handles stress and sadness so freaking well. Like, you wouldn't even know she's going through something because she handles it so well. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but I will tell you that I am actually still very envious about that till this day. That's one thing. But I love my sisters. I love them so much. Um, but yeah, with my sister, the one that's like closest to me, age wise, I was always envious of how she carried herself and how beautiful of a person she is on the outside and the inside. So those are my experiences with jealousy. That's what I'm reflecting on, is looking in the past, and I'm learning about these really bad traits that I used to have, like being envious of others and being jealous of others and being nasty. And I'm looking back at my younger self, and I'm realizing like that is very true. A lot of the times when we are jealous of other people and we are envious of others, we really do have to look within us and, figure out if that's what we're lacking. And most of the time, that is what we're lacking. I mean, I just literally gave you an example of my experience and what I'm reflecting on. And like I said, I'm being vulnerable in this channel. I'm literally telling it like how it is. I'm sorry if my sisters are offended. I love you guys so much. It is not like that anymore. I appreciate you guys so much. And you all are such beautiful human beings. And like, a lot of the envy is because I had a lot of self-hate. Okay. I didn't like myself when I was younger. It was a lot of things that were put in my head about how I wasn't good enough, and other people comparing me to other people, which I still, relate to that till this day. But I've grown into with my emotions, and I love myself. I genuinely love myself. When it comes to like the outside, like my sister, how I said that my older sister, she's light skinned, and at the time I thought she was really tall and she's skinny. And then my second sister, where she has big boobs and she's nice, and she has nice boobs and she's really, into the beauty. She takes care of herself. Those things, I mean, unless you get plastic surgery, okay, cool. But I'm not into that. So in that case, you really have to really, really push yourself to love yourself. And that wasn't the easiest to come by at all. Like, that was so hard. When I say that I've been healing it, you guys, I have had this thought about healing since I was a young adult. Okay, since I was 18. And I've always had the thought of, damn girl, I really need to fix the way that I think. I need to love myself more. It was already something that was in my mind. I just never fully went into it until I had my son. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna lock down. But of course, healing is not easy. It's back and forth. It's falling off the wagon and then getting back on. And that's okay. That's totally okay. As long as you know your vision and you keep the same vision. The same vision keeps reappearing. That probably means you got to keep going. Okay. And that's what happened with me. I had constant reminders of, hey, let's keep going. Let's keep going. You fell off. It's okay. Let's keep going. And that's also a part of you being nice to yourself, understanding that healing is not easy and you're going to fall off, because guess what? Human nature is you falling back to what's comfortable to you, what you know. So, of course, you're going to fall back, but you can always, move forward and keep going, get back up where you left off, and that's okay. That's why I say that healing is a lifestyle. At least for me, it is. Because my whole life, I look back at it. I've been trying to heal my whole life. When I was with my ex in the beginning, it was really bad. I was so confused. I didn't know myself at all, because I experienced something new. I was never with a woman before. I was still scared of judgment, of everybody judging me and thinking that I'm just not a good person because of this and that. And that's kind of what was, just like put in my head. And society is this, society says that. So I was really much scared. Into that relationship, though, 4 years into that relationship, I would say 4, maybe 5 years, no, 4, 3 years into that relationship, I really locked down on my healing, and then I started journaling. Maybe I'll share some of those journal entries from way back then. But yeah, I mean, ever since then, I've been kind of calm. I got some professional help, and I've been just kind of working on myself. And I just realized a lot of things in the past year. So I guess that's really what I just want to talk about. I don't want to make it too long because I got to get ready for work. But I hope that helped. If not, I'm sorry. But I honestly just really like talking about this. I'm really passionate about it. So even if, it's a little bit of randomness here and there, I'm going to talk about it. And this is just my channel to kind of reflect too. And I'm so big on documenting like every step that I'm taking because I love to see the progress that I've made. And I think some people are like, oh, that's so weird. But I'm learning to just disregard that and be like, dude, like, I promise you, when you look back, you're going to like be so proud of yourself because all those little things led up to who you are today. And I say that because I've have journal entries from way back then, and I read them, and I'm just like, wow, I really did hate myself. I really was so negative, and well, I mean, now look at me. I'm all about self love. I'm all about giving love. I'm all about happiness and spreading positivity to everybody. So, if you are healing, I would say document it, record yourself, crying and all, write in your journal every morning, every night. Record your voice, do something. You know what I mean? Sometimes it helps when you're able to see that, especially because your mind's always on the goal. At least mine is. My mind's always on the goal. So that's a little tip and trick for you guys. Okay. Well, anyways, I'm gonna get ready for work. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing, amazing day. Um, and as always, remember, love always, love first, love on top. Have a great day.